How's it going today, guys? This has been in the testing for over a year now. Because of poor timing on my part, I did not get to wear this last, to be the 22-23 deer season. Fortunately, I shot my deer opening day, and the camo came in shortly after that, so I had to basically sit out the rest of that deer season. But I got to wear this during turkey season, which I was blown away with, and all of this deer season. So now that I've got a year of wearing this under my belt, I want to tell you guys what I use. You guys can use it if you want. I love it. I will be buying more. This is their, well, we won't beat around the bush. It's Asio gear, Asio camo. The pattern is their Raptor camo. And what I like about this pattern is, especially during turkey season, I'm hunting field edges, I'm hunting big hardwoods, I'm hunting cattle pastures. We actually hunt a good bit of rock faces too. Some high walls, big shale rock, and I've yet to find something that blends in as well as Asio does. So again, I have their midweight stuff. The reason I like their midweight, it's from about 60 degrees down to 20. You can't just wear this at 20 degrees. At 20 degrees, you need to have proper base layers if you want to stay warm. I did not have proper base layers this year. I just threw in, it was honestly right about 20 degrees. I threw a Under Armour thermal, if you want to call it, on, t-shirt over top of it, and then put this on it. I was cold. But there's better base layers out there, so we'll dive into this. Again, it's their midweight. It's 60 to 20 degrees, and for turkey season especially, I think this is a great combination, or the great level to start out. They also have a lightweight, but in Ohio, we could have mornings, heavy frost in the mornings during turkey season, and then by noon it'd be 50, 60 degrees, and you get even later season, it may only drop down to the 40s at night and be 70, 75, potentially 80 towards the end of our season as it wraps up. So this is a good option for you. This is their midweight hoodie. It is 90% polyester, 10% spandex. It's got a antimicrobial a treatment on it, which helps with scent control. It is a 4-way stretch, so it stretches 4 different ways. I believe this is actually a polygrid fleece is what they actually call this. A couple things right off the rip. You have a big pouch in the front, the big kangaroo pocket. One thing that I like about the rear is, if you can see here, you can see the front stops here, the back is lower. It is longer in the back, so when you're sitting down in the woods in a tree stand, so just kind of hunker over a little bit, you don't get that wind up your back. Helps cover a little bit better. Another thing that I normally don't like, but I do really like on this one, it has a built-in neck gaiter with matching camo. And the thing I like about this is, if you don't want it, just put your head in front of it. It doesn't get in your way, doesn't mess with you, anything like that. If you want to wear it, which I do during turkey season, it's plenty stretchable enough that it can go right over you, and the zipper zips all the way up to about here, so you don't have that crazy exposed neck like we're used to with some of the excuse me, face coverings and stuff we wear during turkey season. It also has a pocket up here in the right breast. You could put a rangefinder in it, you could put a cell phone in it, you could a locator calls during turkey season, wallet, whatever you want to. This is again, this is 60 to 20. Just wearing it as it is, I would say 60 to about 40. If you just have a t-shirt on underneath it. To get down to that 20 degree mark, I recommend proper base layers. The next thing we're going to go over is their midweight pants. They are a 90% polyester, 10% spandex. Again, they are treated with the antimicrobial to help with scent control. They are extremely quiet. All their gear is extremely quiet, and I'm not just saying that, I mean it. Big thing that was hard for me to get used to is there's no rear pockets, and that initially was a complaint of mine. I like having rear pockets to where I always throw my phone or my wallet, whatever it may be. However, how many times we've been sitting in a tree stand and you go to sit down and clank, clank, clank from the rear buttons on your back. So without having those, you don't have to worry about it, which is nice. A couple things with these being very versatile. They have side vents. on each side. There's one. Here's one. So if you're a run and gun turkey hunter like myself, or early bow season, you're walking to your stands, you can unzip them, get a little bit of breeze. Your legs can breathe through them perfectly fine. Then as you get cold or whatnot, you can zip them up, try to contain a little bit more. You have 2 front pockets, and then you have 2, I call them thigh pockets. And the thigh pockets, as you can see, they're actually a double zipper. You actually have 2 pockets on each thigh. Buttons, and the way the buttons attach, I can't tell you how many pairs of hunting pants I've had that have had just cheap little buttons on them and cheap thread just 5 or 6 times through. They pop off, well, now they're done. No. Zipper is high quality, buttons, everything are great on them. Again, they're extremely flexible, which I like, because when you start crawling and trying to get on, we'll use turkey as an example. I don't saddle hunt, but I could see where this would be huge for saddle hunters. You have that flexibility that you can move and not be constantly restricted. Another must-have for me was their vest. Now, I'm not saying they don't support, but Wise Eye is not affiliated with Asio. I did a trade show. I love my vest, and I also helped out with Wise Eye, so I got this stitched on there. So no correlation between the two. But this is their midweight. I think they call it their core warmth vest. It is great, looks good. Wear it to church, wear it out in the woods, wear it wherever you want to. No, it also has a right breast pocket. It has a slit in the back for your harness. 2 pockets. It's also got drawstrings in the lower waist, so you can cinch it up around you if you want to. One thing I really like about this over top of my harness is I would always put my cell phone right here. So that way, if the tree stand were to break, straps break, cables break, whatever it may be, you don't have, if you fall down and your straps are coming through here, most people put their phones in their pockets or whatnot. Well, those things aren't comfortable if you got to use them by falling out of a tree. Most of the stuff you keep in your pockets, well, if you've got a piece of webbing that's part of your strap across there, you may not be able to get your cell phone out. So I always like keeping my cell phone in my breast pocket. Depending, if you're in a shooting house, it'd be possibly a good place for anything. Range finders, locator calls, again, whatever you want to. A couple other pieces of clothing that I have but don't have them with me. I've got their spandex, their dry fit shirt, which is real nice. It's just a dry fit like you'd get a dry fit Nike or Under Armour, something like that. Real breathable, I really like them. And I also have their hat, their trucker hat. It's the Asio Raptor camo on the front. The back is a black mesh. Nothing fancy, nothing sparkly, but it's a good hat, guys. Good quality hat. I will have no issue buying Asio camo. Can't talk right now, sorry. The quality's there. The people behind it, I am very, they're good people. They're real good people. They're not shady. They don't put other people down. The man in particular, Joe Miles, he doesn't, he looks at all angles of a topic. The testing that he does when it comes to bows and broadheads and arrows and the why we do what we do when hunters, he just wants the edge, and he gets that by testing everything. I could go on for a couple days about just the type of hunter the great guy is, but we'll just leave it at that. Nevertheless, this fall, I would like to get their fleece-lined pants and their fleece-lined coat. I think that would do me good. I think with those two, I probably wouldn't even venture into their real late season, their park and bigs, because I don't like bulky. Not saying their stuff is bulky, but most big parkas and stuff are. So by next fall, like I said, I'd like to have their fleece line stuff. I think that'd do me a little bit better, because guys, I used this turkey season, early season, all the way into late season. I had base layers on, but they weren't proper base layers, and I got a little bit chilly. Well, guys, I will have a link in the description if you guys want to go check out any of their stuff. But I do believe, hands down, this is the ultimate turkey camo. and I think it's probably the best deer camo out on the market. I've got a couple of close calls that I think Asio helped bail me out with. If you guys want to hear them, just reach out to me. We can talk a little bit more. Also, it's trade show season. I know Joe and most of the guys are out running trade shows. They're going to be at Shipshawana this weekend. All you Ohio guys, they're going to be at I believe it's the Open Season Expo in March. And they'll probably be running some sort of deals. So if you guys are interested, go holler at them. Go try the stuff on. Check it out. Great return policy. I mean, Joe is active in one of the groups. I've heard some pretty bad deals going on. Jim Bob selling it to Billy, and a deal gone bad, and Joe actually stepped in and made it right. Yeah, I'm sure all those are situation specific, but just they stand behind their product. Real good people. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, give Asio a try. They're the real deal. All right, we'll talk to you later, guys. See ya.